And in fact, I will actually say this, that your conscience ultimately is inevitably going to be there for you because it is you. The journey is a return to an awareness of self. The miracle is a change in your consciousness. It's not a real journey of distance. It's a movement away from the encrusted ego patterns that drive your isness, your I-ness. It's letting in a higher wisdom is the point, because only that will bring you happiness. You cannot get happiness from the world. You cannot get happiness from the world. Why? Because it's a teaching device. What is it teaching you? It's teaching you that you can't get love from the outside world because it's a state of your conscious mind. It's a reflection device. It's telling you to come back to you and see you. It's reminding of you. It's giving you lessons as to what's in your subconscious. It reflects back your subconscious to you. And so when you learn from what it says to you about what's going on in your subconscious, and you resolve your subconscious through its learning, how do you learn best? Through relationships. That's the meaning of the world. So that you have physical relationships. These are communication devices, the body, to express the love that you already are. And the love that you already are cannot come out of encrusted thought patterns and associations and contriving to try and make things love you better. What has to happen is you have to eventually see your innocence and you love you better and see that you are, in your essence and natural nature, love itself. You can't make yourself loving. You can't make yourself more loving. You can only be the love that is already at the centre of you when you're not hanging around and being addicted to your ego thoughts and patterns, your control. You have to let go of control and let the so-called outside in.
How can you be love? Isn't love a verb or something? Yeah. Isn't it a doing thing?
Well, from the point of view of this group, the suggestion is it is you. It is what you are in your natural nature when you are more aware of who you really are. Are you aware of you being loving?
Loving, but to be love, and it does crop up in all kinds of things, saying things similar to that. You know, we are love, or look inside. I can't say I can have any sense of being love.
So when you are being loving, yeah?
Yes.
What is the source of your lovingness?
It's invoked by a thing.
Right.
I love a thing.
Right. So for you to, if it's a genuine question, seeking an answer, then you need to look at what it is in you that does that and get more in touch with that. Alright?
Why is that different to what other people feel?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, in answer to your question, look at what it is in you that is being loving to answer your own question. Okay? Not now, but in the next week or so. Right. So it gives hints, help and direction for searching, discovering and applying the outer knowledge to the inner problems, which is the second necessary part of development. For this you need constant encouragement, strength and blessing, apart from very specific concrete help. Because it's no good having intellectual or, indefinite help, because you do need real help for real problems in your experience. So that's how you know how you know that conscience is there. You have to reach a point, eventually, where you're in touch with ideas that are resolving. So that when you actually experience conscience, you're going to get ideas that come to you that make you feel better. And that's how you define what it is, because that's its value. What good is it? You see, people talk about God, and they say, is God real or not? But in a way, that is an intellectual debate. The only reality of God for you is when you experience communication with something that really is concrete in its ability to make you feel better. So what we're talking about is when you get in touch with ideas that are resolving and help you feel better, then you're in the world from the point of view of the pathwork, because you're seeking outer knowing that does resolve and help in a very concrete way. And that's what you're looking for. Right. Yeah, so before we go to the break, I wanted to then come on to this second paragraph, which I needed to go back a paragraph to assist us in understanding it. In my last lecture, I briefly touched upon the subject of decision making. I was asked how it is possible to always know what the right action is. It is one of the things that you have to learn, even though it appears difficult at times. Many people can make decisions on the outer level, though some cannot do even that. A great number of people cannot make the inner decisions. However. Their emotional currents and inner emotional reactions make them completely incapable of deciding inwardly, and they do not even know it since the process is covered up. Only when they start weighing their innermost motives and emotions do they come to realise what has been going on. Then they can begin to make inner decisions. The inability to make inner decisions expresses itself not only in problems that seem to have directly to do with other people, but more so in one's inner attitudes, feelings and reactions. So this is saying some people can't even make the inner decisions. Do you understand what that means? It means that even if you are an I-ness in the world, and there are things to do and you're using that, some people can't even make inner decisions.
They can't find the ones that are actually true to themselves.
Yes, exactly.
It's got to be the true and the truthfulness to themselves.
Yes.
And not an imitation of something or something else.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
So is that the same as integrity?
Yes, self-integrity, spontaneity, individuality.
Yeah.
Right? So there is... my daughter was showing me something the other day, someone talking about something about people in groups, and how when you have people in groups or living together and sharing together and working together, you have people who are like sheep. So some people are sheep, some people are shepherds, right? In the way they are in groups. Some people are wolves.
Just read this somewhere, but I can't remember where. In the last week.
Right. Yeah, it could be a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. But anyway, some people are wolves. Some people are wolves in sheep's clothing. Yeah. Then though, you can actually get some people who are sheep in wolves' clothing. Because it looks good to be a bit of a cool wolf, But that's still following something. That's the point. The point is that if you have a schema within your thinking system of how to be, then when circumstances say, oh, in this particular circumstance it is required for you to smile, right? Then you'll smile. And it's not coming from an inner decision, it's coming from a program. Yeah?
And it's not the same as the inner thought.
It's not